So we are here today with Noah Ross, the one and only who completed a 24-hour challenge as a fundraiser for ICD, and he absolutely crushed it. So could you start off by reminding everybody about what this challenge actually was?
So the challenge, I wanted to make it 24 hours because type 1 diabetes is definitely a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week type of gig.
Like, how long have you had diabetes?
I think I'm at 20 years now. When I was little and I met Chris for the first time and like seeing that he was like an Olympian and like did all these crazy things, like that was a huge kind of like enabler for me to know that like I could do something that was like 25% as crazy. I don't think I would have done anything like this if I didn't have diabetes for sure. Like, where would that motivation come from? I wanted to find some way to challenge myself over the course of an entire day. And what I landed on was running 1 kilometer and doing 100 push-ups every hour for 24 hours straight. So that's what I did.
Ready? Good luck. Starting out. There they go.
So I was actually lucky enough to not go low. Over the course of the 24 hours. The biggest derailer of doing something like this is having a severe low blood sugar or a severe high blood sugar where it's kind of going out of control and preventing you from being able to do it safely. And so that was another piece of like part of the training.
And on that note, so what do you use to manage your diabetes?
The biggest thing for me in terms of managing my blood sugars over the course of not only the challenge, but just in general, I use a Dexcom. It was amazing for the challenge, honestly, because like when my blood sugar is going like 2 arrows up or 2 arrows down and I get alarmed about it, that's like a huge thing for being able to kind of avoid problems or mitigate problems before they actually happen. If I was going a little bit lower, I'd kind of know, especially from all the training, like, okay, it's going to take this long. So I need to have something fast acting and then something a little bit slower acting as well. So yeah, Dexcom was really great for the challenge. Hopefully other people with diabetes can like see that like however crazy your goal is, you can do it.
I think it's unbelievable that you didn't really have lows or highs over the 24-hour period of doing such an intense challenge. I
I
think
was really
that
surprised.
deserves applause as a diabetic, right? Because I'm sure a lot of diabetics in particular, not to mention the physical challenge aspect of it, would be intimidated at the aspect of taking that on with their diabetes, right?
Mhm. I spent my whole childhood like always going low when I was playing sports. And no matter what I would do with my doctor, no matter how many more times I would check, like I would still always have those issues. Like I'd play hockey and then overnight I'd always go really low. I'd play golf and I'd always go low by like the fourth or fifth hole. Or I'd go running and by kilometer 8, that's when the free fall starts for my blood sugar. And so now it's kind of I know those things because I have the data on my Dexcom now versus like the guessing.
The last thing
Mhm.
we want is for people with diabetes to feel like they can't do physical activity that they love. So it's really amazing to hear that you kept pushing through all those lows that you've had.
I mean, it used to be a guessing game. Now it doesn't have to be anymore. So
You kind of touched on it, but one of my favorite questions to ask people is what would you say to someone who's struggling with their diabetes right now?
I think one of the things, and it's kind of bizarre, and I think it's kind of come with time. I've had it for 20 years, but like I'm actually grateful that I have diabetes because I have been more conscious of like doing healthy things. And like I went on my own journey, especially during my teenage years of like kind of ignoring my diabetes at times and like going through those growing pains. And I think that it's kind of kept me honest in terms of like keeping myself healthy and being grateful that it's not something worse, that I can still do for the most part whatever I want to do. It's just like there's an extra step or two that I need to take, and you over time you get used to the extra step or two that you need to take to do stuff. This is like the best time ever to have diabetes because of all the tools we have, all the information, all the support, all the organizations like ICD that are behind us and there for us. And now it's like with my Dexcom and my pump and my doctor and nurse and like the community around me, I feel like I can live a long, healthy life doing the things I want to do. So I feel like anyone who's kind of going through it right now, we've all been through it many, many times, and it won't be your last, but like you will get through it and be able to figure out how to live the life that you want to live. I mean, it also makes other challenges in life kind of seem more achievable too. Like once you get used to the challenge of like living with diabetes every day.
Confidence comes from being able to prove to ourselves that we can do things, big or small, right? So we're excited to see what challenge you take on next.
Yeah, that's the challenge is going to be figuring out what challenge I can do to top this, honestly.